Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. Sometimes, love doesn't arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it appears quietly in a glance, in a trembling confession, in a hand that finally stops pulling away. And tonight, we're stepping into the private world of Minghao and Yuxiao, a world fans have only guessed, whispered, and hoped about. Because for the first time, his heart opened, and she was the one standing there. For years, Minghao has been known as the charming, slightly guarded actor whose emotions stay locked behind layers of professionalism. Fans admired his talent, his smile, his chemistry with co-stars, but also sensed the unseen walls that surrounded him. It wasn't coldness, it was caution. A heart that had learned not to be easily read. And then, Yuxiao walked into his orbit. When they were first cast together, the internet buzzed. Two rising stars with explosive visual chemistry, the kind of pairing that makes directors nod confidently and fans immediately start creating edits before filming even begins. But no one expected what happened behind the scenes. No one understood how deeply they would affect each other. Their first table read was supposed to be routine. But something shifted. Staff members described the atmosphere as electric, almost unsettlingly intimate. When Minghao read emotional lines, he didn't look at the script. He looked at her. And Yuxiao, usually composed and elegant, stumbled slightly over her next line, a tiny break, but enough for everyone in the room to notice. Still, these were just early sparks. What truly changed everything happened during one of the night shoots, a moment that became the quiet turning point of their relationship. It was an exhausting filming day. Cold wind, endless retakes, lights blinding their tired eyes. At around 2 a.m., Minghao sat alone on a bench, shoulders drooping from physical and emotional fatigue. He rarely let anyone see him vulnerable, but that night, the exhaustion made him soften in ways he couldn't hide. Yuxiao approached him without saying a word. She simply placed a warm cup of ginger tea beside him, then sat down with enough distance to show respect but close enough for him to feel her presence. He looked at her, surprised. And for the first time, the guard in his expression melted. "Why are you so good to me?" he asked softly. She didn't give a dramatic answer. She didn't tease him. She only said, "Because you always try to carry everything alone." That sentence broke something open. Later, staff members said it was the first moment they saw Minghao willingly lean on someone, not physically, but emotionally. The connection between them deepened from that night onward. Small gestures became their secret language. She brought him snacks when he forgot to eat. He gave her his jacket even when she said she wasn't cold. She teased him until he laughed, a laugh that wasn't for the camera. He encouraged her quietly whenever she doubted her performance. These weren't grand gestures. They were the kind that reveal real affection, the kind that show how love grows silently between two people who never planned for it but couldn't stop it either. And just as their bond strengthened privately, something else began happening publicly, which leads us to the next revelation, the moment fans first realized something was different. The atmosphere was light, the jokes were flowing, and the co-stars were teasing each other as usual. But Minghao was different. He wasn't just interacting with Yuxiao like a colleague. He was watching her the way someone watches the sun through half-closed eyes, as if he didn't want to stare too directly, but couldn't look away either. At first, fans thought it was normal acting chemistry. But then the interviewer asked a simple, playful question: if you had to choose one person on set who understands you best, who would it be? Without hesitation and without even glancing at the others, Minghao said, "Yuxiao." The room went silent for half a second. The type of silence you feel in your chest. Lu Yuxiao blinked, caught completely off guard. Her cheeks turned pink, and she immediately tried to brush it off, laughing nervously. But Minghao didn't laugh. His expression stayed soft, sincere, the kind of look you don't fake, even if you're the best actor in the room. Clips of that moment spread across TikTok, Weibo, and Instagram in hours. Fans slowed the video down, zoomed into his eyes, analyzed every micro-expression. And the verdict was unanimous: he wasn't acting. But what the world didn't know is that this interview wasn't the highlight. The real turning point happened a week later, during a private cast gathering after filming wrapped. The celebration was lively, filled with food, music, and laughter. But amid the noise, Minghao and Yuxiao slipped away to the balcony. It wasn't planned, it was just instinct. Two people drawn together like gravity. A witness said they weren't doing anything obviously romantic. They were just talking quietly, standing close, the city lights reflecting in their eyes. Then something happened, something small, but unmistakable. When the wind blew and Yuxiao shivered, Minghao reached out and gently fixed the hair falling near her face. Not dramatic, not exaggerated, just tender, natural. And she didn't pull back. She simply looked up at him, with a softness fans had never seen from her. Later, when they returned to the group, everyone noticed something different. Their energy, their smiles, their closeness. Still, neither of them confirmed anything. But that didn't matter because the world had already seen enough. As filming ended and both actors moved on to new schedules, many thought their connection would fade, just another on-set bond destined to disappear once the cameras stopped rolling. But then came the photos. Not taken by paparazzi. Not leaked. Not staged. These were shared by fans, who happened to spot Minghao and Yuxiao in the same city walking side by side, dressed casually, blending into the crowd. They weren't holding hands, but their steps matched naturally, perfectly in sync. They looked comfortable, peaceful, as if being together wasn't special, but normal. What truly shocked fans wasn't the sighting, it was Minghao's expression.